Did you know that automating repetitive tasks with scripts can save you hours of work? Whether you're managing files, configuring systems, or running complex commands, scripting is the ultimate time saver. In this video, we'll break down the basics of scripting, from file types and environment variables to loops and variables. Ready to unlock the power of automation? Let's dive in. In this course, we're going to look at the basics of scripting. Let's see. Script file types, environment variables, comment syntaxes, script writing or programming, and variable types, types of script files. Let's start by describing the role and types of script files. Scripts are ways to program a series of commands to automatically execute on a system. A script file therefore contains a series of commands which must be executed by a shell. These scripts are most often in the form of a text file. This gives the advantage of being easily modified, but also reusable. A script allows you to automatically schedule the execution of one or more tasks. Script files can come in different file types, and this depends on the programming language used. And so we're going to look at these different file types: batch, file.bat, and we start with the batch file, which uses an extension in .bat. This type of script is used to automate a command or a set of commands each time the file is launched. Here's an example of a .bat file. You should know that originally, this script format was interpreted by MS-DOS, but since Windows command prompts emulate MS-DOS commands, batch files also work on the most recent versions of Windows. The programming language that is used to create this type of file is therefore batch, and when they are executed, there is a command prompt window that launches. PowerShell point, PS1. Now, let's move on to PowerShell.ps1 files with the extension .ps1 and are used to automate tasks in Windows PowerShell. The Windows PowerShell tool is a software suite that includes a command prompt, a scripting language, and a development kit. PowerShell can be seen as a worthy successor to the command prompt, i.e. MS-DOS. A PowerShell script can contain multiple commands and is saved under the file extension .ps1. Script Visual Basic. Now, let's move on to the Visual Basic scripts, which can be recognized with the .vbs extension. In fact, this scripting language was created in the past to compete with the famous JavaScript for web browsers. But today, it is completely disabled by default of the majority of browsers. Script shell.sh. Now, let's look at the shell script, which has the extension .sh. It is a computer program developed to run in a Unix shell, Linux, or Unix environment. It also makes it possible to automate a series of operations. Scripts, Python.py. Let's move on to the Python script, which has the extension .py, which is a file written in the Python programming language. This language works under many systems and has a large number of libraries. It is popular and highly regarded for its simplicity and readability. This is what we use in networks to automate certain tasks. Script.js, and finally, we're going to talk about the JavaScript script, which has the extension as .js and is used to execute instructions in web browsers. This is what adds interactivity to HTML and CSS. Environment variables. Let's change the subject to talk about environmental variables. These are dynamic values. That is to say, values that can change. This is what makes it very easy for Windows to find important data for its execution, such as everything in the temporary files folder, the temp file. These are values defined when the system is booted by the initialization script. These variables can be used in a script or directly in the command prompt. You should know that this is not specific to Windows, because on Linux, there are also environment variables. In a Windows, environment variables are stored in the Windows registry at the key. As an example of a variable, we have %computer name %, which contains the name of the computer, and %temp%, which contains the path to the directory where the temporary files are to be stored. As can be seen in the example, the value of these variables communicates the path to the directory where they are stored. Comment syntax. Now, let's move on to the comment syntax, a script and a piece of code that you will most likely have to modify or even create. And it's possible that someone else will come along and take over and, in turn, use or modify what you've written. That's why it's important to use comments to describe each piece of code to make the script understandable to everyone. These comments are therefore only intended for users and will not be interpreted when the script is executed. In general, to place a comment, you must add a number sign in front of the message. This is the case for scripts, PowerShell, Shell, and Python. But there are some exceptions. For example, on a batch script, you have to put rem. This is a comment. For VBS script, you need 2 lower signs. This is a comment. And for JavaScript, it's 2/. This is a comment. The basics of script writing. Now let's move on to the basics of writing a script. In a script, there are different expressions that you can use to make programming a script more efficient. And we're going to look at 2 of these concepts in detail. The loops. We start with loops, which allow you to avoid having to write some similar commands over and over again in the script. The 2 most commonly used loops are whiles loops and for loops. Their syntaxes may be different depending on the language used, but the principle remains the same. For example, here we have a Python code that will display the message value several times on a number range from 0 to 10. And while using the for loop, it is not necessary to repeat the command X times. In Python, this type of loop is mostly used for counting. As you can see, it allows you to clean up and make it easier to read. Variables. And the second concept is variables, which are a kind of storage space to give a result. In fact, they are elements that allow you to associate a name with a value. In this example, X is a variable that is read 10 times in the for loop. With each loop, X is incremented by the value. So, you have to know that these variables can take different forms, which we call types. There are a multitude of different types depending on the language, but also on the architectures on which the programs run. For example, as a data type, we have an integer, which means a whole number, and a string, which is a string, not what you think about.